Hi, welcome. In this video, I'd like to discuss the discussion or the talking through the process part of understanding training. And this is where, again, a lot of people will complain and say, well, I want to see more action. I want to see dog videos and dogs moving around. Here's the problem in the dog training world is that, again, you can have dogs moving around and responding, and it's absolutely meaningless if you don't understand the relational context of the picture, of why dogs are moving and responding, whether or not that dog and owner are in right relationship. And so again, what I show, again, same thing I talk about in regards to this picture problem in the dog training world, is so much of it is built off of appearances, off of just a superficial application of this learning narrative, no context, okay? As the picture is being built, it can look really, really great in the training environment, but be totally disconnected from reality in terms of unwanted behavior issues diminishing, because again, it's all about just how things appear. That's become like the new norm in the dog training world. The picture is not being put to the test within the training environment itself, which it needs to be. So again, when people go on about videos, here's the thing: you can see hundreds and hundreds of videos on any dog trainer's YouTube channel and be totally deceived by way of what they're promoting, this learning narrative, this ideology. Because again, it goes beyond just response. Okay, it's about relationship. It's not just about dogs responding within the parameters of a certain interaction. It has to connect properly. You have to you have to make sure the dots are connecting properly to how a dog's decision-making process is governed. So again, the saying goes, and I use it, it makes no sense to do something unless you know why you're doing it. And is it, again, in the dog training world, ask yourself the question, how's it framing up? Is it just about, going through the kind of cookie cutter, the dog doing a sit, doing a down, doing a come, doing a stay? And even this thing about distance work. I mean, so much, it's just like the Christmas, Christmas fast approaching, kind of like the Christmas postcard picture, moment of a dog, in a sit position from a distance and staying in that position. That could be absolutely meaningless, okay, if the owner is faded out of the relational picture, which means if the motors are rotten and the dog is holding control, a dog just staying in a sit as you're moving around is absolutely meaningless. The picture itself has to connect properly. It has to frame up properly. That's why when you see how I do training, I follow a very specific sequence, which is very intentional, which frames up the picture properly. This is why, when I say a board and train situation, I don't veer off the script until, say, 13 days in, when I'm dealing with a dog and overcoming these control issues. Then when you see me using verbal commands, and then when you see a dog, staying in a sit position, it's solid, okay? Because I understand the context of relationship in terms of change, and how it takes hold, how it frames up, why the integrity of the method has to maintain a certain level until the picture frames up properly. So again, this is what I put out there, that just dogs moving around and running around and a certain picture, that is absolutely the wrong way to look at it. You have to make sure you're getting a kind of a three-dimensional view truly of the relationship. The picture is being put to the test. So this is why the method itself, it's critical that the method is specific, that the process veers away from this learning narrative. If you're, again, approaching training as some type of a learning-based exercise, and have aligned yourself with this narrative that assumes that response is packaging up when you start to reward and incentivize the dog, that is a wrong way to approach training. I mean, that's the major problem right now in the dog training world, and why it is that, again, just look at the reality of it. I mean, over 50% of the people I help continue to come from these systems of training that promote training as a type of learning-based exercise. And so it proves out over and over and over again. So again, if you're looking for answers, I encourage you to check out my website. I have lots of great information. Really important to understand, it's just not the moving, going through the motions of something. It's really important to understand why you're doing it. What is this, what is that picture connected to? Is it a real picture of change? Those are the questions that need to be asked, because again, if you're applying this narrative in a superficial way, you're going to get a superficial result. In this system of training, it's all about being intentional when it comes to creating relational change for dogs and owners. So thanks for watching.